everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Jordan and I share this channel with my sister Haley, who is behind the camera today, and I am filming solo and I'm about to cook us some dinner. So listen you guys, HelloFresh I think has been the best decision I've ever made in my entire life, and I think Haley will say the exact same thing. It's so easy, it's so convenient, and it's freaking delicious. You guys, this is not even sponsored at all. But anyways, let's just jump right into the video. So the meal that I'm cooking for Haley and I tonight is roasted pork tenderloin with lemony potatoes and zucchini. Like, first of all, how good does that sound? Second of all, like, I'm gonna be like a fancy chef tonight, you guys. So let's get started. First off, it comes with a bag like this. This is what has all of your ingredients in it. So I'm just gonna open this up. This is where all my vegetables live. So there's some zucchini, we have some cilantro, we have an onion, we have a bunch of potatoes. There's 7 potatoes, which is plenty. And let's see what else. We have some garlic, and last but not least, some chicken demi glaze. I don't know, we'll see what we're gonna do with this. And then of course, we have the pork tenderloin. So what's so awesome about HelloFresh is it comes with everything you need, and then it has super easy instructions on the back side of the card here. So the first thing we're gonna do is, it says to preheat the oven to 450. We're gonna wash and dry all the produce, and then we're gonna start with cutting the potatoes. So I'm gonna get that going and I'll be right back. All right, so I have everything washed and prepped. So I'm gonna start with my potatoes. It says just to cut them into 1/2-inch chunks. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I already have a baking sheet lined with foil, and that's where I'm gonna pop the potatoes as I'm dicing them. I honestly love potatoes so much. If you guys have been following us since like the beginning, you may know that I have an obsession with potatoes, all kinds of potatoes. I'm not gonna go over the list right now, but the one thing that I don't dig, you guys, is sweet potatoes. For some reason, I could just not get into them. I don't know, me and Haley have the same opinion, so if you have any like sweet potato dishes that I might be into, let me know. But other than that, like any other sort of potato, my jam. All right, you guys, we are almost there with the potatoes. I have like 1.5 more to do. Popping these on my baking sheet, and then we are going to season them up, and I think we're just gonna pop them right into the oven. All right, so I got my potatoes. So I got my potatoes all on my baking sheet, chopped up into little pieces. Next, it says to toss with a little bit of olive oil, a pinch of salt and pepper, and then just pop them in the oven for 25 minutes. So I got my EVOO. Yes, I did get that from Rachel. Like, who doesn't love Rachel Ray? Like, honestly, she's the freaking best. I honestly miss her. Do a little bit of Himalayan salt because we are bougie up in here. And then I'm gonna do some pepper, and I love pepper, so I'm gonna do a little extra. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and toss this with my hands just so that the potatoes are all evenly coated in the olive oil and the seasonings. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven, but I'm gonna be really careful because I just got my eyelashes done today, and my lash girl told me if I get them ruined by the oven, they will go flat. So be careful, you guys. Okay, so moving right along, it says, meanwhile, half and peel and dice the onion. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna mince and grate the garlic. Okay, so let's just start. So I'm gonna start with the onion. So cut it right in half, right, like this. I'm never sure which way to cut an onion in half, so we're just gonna go for it. Okay, so I got my onion chopped in half. I'm gonna peel off that outer layer of skin, and then I'm just gonna dice this into small little pieces. Thankfully, I have contacts in, so peeling an onion never hurts my eyes. Also, shout out to Haley, who's helping me film this video. If you see her, there she is. I was gonna say, she also has another camera, so we can be like true YouTube stars and get like other footage. So if you see her creeping in, she's creeping in. Okay, so I got my onion. So next, I'm gonna skip over the garlic for now, and I'm gonna move on to the zucchini. So it says to slice it, well, let's cut off the ends first. I feel like that's always the best idea. Pop my pieces into my trash bag. And then it says to cut it lengthwise. Also, yes, this is the only size cutting board we own. Why? I'm not sure. We are in the market for a new one though, so we're working on that. So half the zucchini lengthwise, then slide crosswise into 1/2-inch thick moons. Excuse me? What does that mean? Okay. Oh, okay, I see there's a picture here for reference, thankfully, because I was like, what do you mean by a moon? So I'm just cutting it in half and then slicing it, I guess. And now you have like a little moon, half moon actually. So we're gonna do that. I love zucchini too. This is gonna be bomb, you guys. And then it's like, you know, HelloFresh just literally makes you feel fancy because when else, I mean, there's probably a lot of you who would cook like this, but like how many of you are honestly cooking roasted pork tenderloin with lemony potatoes and zucchini? Like if you call your friends and you're like, what do you want for dinner? And you ask them or you tell them that's what you're making, it just makes you sound so chic wife and sophisticated. So love it. Okay, we're just about there. Look at me and my chopping. Star. Okay, so next we're gonna half the lemon. Got the lemon here. That was easy. Okay, I'm running out of room on my cutting board, so what's about to happen here? Roughly chop the cilantro, and then we're gonna toss the onion and zucchini on one side of a baking sheet with a drizzle of olive oil. So let's do that so I can clear off my cutting board a little bit. So I have another baking sheet already prepared because that's how they do it on Food Network. You always have to be one step ahead of the game. So it basically says to toss the onion and the zucchini, like I said, onto a baking sheet. So let's do that. And only on half of the baking sheet, apparently. This is gonna be a nice, interesting combination. Okay, and then again, drizzle with a little bit of olive oil. Let me move this so it's more. You wait, please. All right, so I'm drizzling my zucchini and onions with a little bit of EVOO. Boom. And then again, just a little bit of salt, Himalayan salt, some pepper, a little extra pepper. And then it just says toss these together and put them, oh no, it says set aside to like do like a little marination, I guess. All right, so I have my zucchini and onions hanging out here on the pan. Next, I'm gonna go for my cilantro. So I'm just gonna take it off and I'm gonna pick off most of the leaves. I like to use some of the stems when I use cilantro too. I don't think that's a big deal, but like you do you. And this is just gonna be a garnish, so if you don't even like cilantro, you don't even have to use it. I don't even know how much of this I would personally use, but we're still gonna go for it. So I'm just gonna give this a little rough chop, and usually with cilantro, this is gonna be my like chef tip of the day. I like to kind of bunch it in like a little ball like this because it makes it a lot easier to chop. Boom. And then I'll just do like a little rough chop like this. Oh my God, it smells actually really good. Okay, I'm gonna set that to the side, and then I'm gonna open my garlic. And I'm gonna go ahead and just mince it, I guess. I don't really have, do we have like shredder thing? I don't think we do, so I'm gonna do this the hard way and just mince it. Good thing I have a really sharp knife because it makes this so much easier. All right, you guys, so we are almost there. We are on step 3, so it says to pat the pork dry with paper towels, and then we're gonna season them with salt and pepper, and then in a pan, I already got the pan going over here, it's warming up, but it says to warm up your pan to like medium-high heat, and then add a little bit of olive oil, and then we're going to just start cooking this tenderloin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna season just one side of the tenderloin right now with a little bit of that Himalayan salt, and then I'm gonna hit it with some pepper. And then I'm gonna put the seasoned side down in the pan over the olive oil, and then I'll season the other side. The meat is just about done sizzling in the pan right now. So what I'm gonna do is take it off the stove and put it on that same baking sheet that we have the onions and zucchini already hanging out on. So we're popping that right back into the oven for approximately 12 to 15 minutes. It also does say on here too, if your veggies are done cooking, then obviously take them out. All right, so the potatoes, the zucchini, onions, the tenderloin, they're doing their thing in the oven right now. So we're at step 5. It's like one more step and we are ready to eat. I'm so excited. Okay, so it basically says to heat that same pan that we just used to sizzle our tenderloin. Turn that pan back on. We're gonna go ahead and plop in 1 tablespoon of butter, and we're gonna add that garlic in. And this is like my favorite flavor combination of all time. I love the way garlic and butter smell when they are cooking together. So we're gonna let this sizzle until it's nice and fragrant. It says like 1 to 2 minutes. So I'm just gonna sit here and stir things up a little bit. And then once I got this all going, it's time to add the chicken demi glaze. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the mix right now. Yum, this is gonna be so good. Okay, so I got that in there, and then it says to add 1/2 cup of water. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in. And then basically just kind of make this all simmer and mix up together. It says to kind of scrape up any of the bits from the bottom of the pan. And then we're just gonna reduce this for like 3-4 minutes while everything is finishing up in the oven. All right, so it's been like 3-4 minutes. Everything is nice and reduced. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the pan off the heat, and then we're gonna season with just a little bit of S&P and then squeeze in a little bit of this lemon juice. So I just popped everything out of the oven and this looks and smells so freaking delicious, you guys. So I'm gonna start by slicing the pork tenderloin. So I'm just gonna grab a slice here, or a piece I guess, and then I'm just gonna slice one for me and then slice one for Haley. Already tastes so good. I had to snag a little bite. So I'm gonna plop the pork tenderloin onto my plate here. I'm going to scoop up half of the zucchini and onions. This is actually so much food, you guys. It's gonna be so filling. Then I'm gonna grab a scoop of the potatoes. And then it says to finish everything off with just a little squeeze of the lemon. So I'm gonna pop that right over the potatoes specifically. Oh, and then we can't forget our sauce, you guys. So I already poured the sauce into this little bowl, so you can just kind of pour this right over your pork tenderloin. And boom, you guys have dinner so quick, so fast, and you guys, it was easy. Came with all the ingredients I needed to make a delicious dinner, and like, look how chic and fancy this is, you guys. All right, you guys, so here is the true test. It's time to taste it. So I'm gonna start, let's just start with the onions and zucchini. Actually, you know what? I like to get like a bite of everything, so that's what I'm gonna do. Get a little zucchini, get a little potato, get a little bit of pork. The sauce that I put over the pork is so good. It has so much flavor to it. I love the zucchini. They're cooked perfectly. And the potatoes are always, you guys know, my jam. But honestly, I would never think to put a little drizzle of lemon onto my potato, and it made such a difference. It added so much flavor. This is so good. Haley, you are lucky I cooked you dinner tonight.
Thanks.
All right, you guys, so Haley and I are starving. We're gonna go sit down and eat. Cass just got here too. Say hi.
Hey.
Hey. So we're gonna have a girls' night, but like I said, you guys, if you have not tried HelloFresh, this literally changed our lives. I ordered my own HelloFresh. Haley has her own meals that come, and it just makes things so much easy and more convenient. So I'll link everything down below if you guys wanna check out HelloFresh. And if you guys like this video, give it a huge thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.